Christian McCaffrey?
He's a great player, and that offense obviously runs through him, and they want to get him the ball, whether it's out of the backfield or split him out, and so you always have to be aware of where he's at.
Did you enjoy practicing in that this afternoon? You might have to play it Sunday.
I did, actually. I said only time you get white stuff falling out of the sky in California, you know somebody started a fire. So so it was nice for it to be snow and everything. I thought it was pretty fun, yeah.
I know you said you have to be aware of McCaffrey every snap. When a guy that gets the ball as much as he does, more than anybody else in the league, what does that change?
I think it's kind of just what you said, too. It's just being aware of where he's at and you know, usually he's in certain places for a reason and understanding that, and then just, you know, when he's your responsibility, having good eyes and keeping your eyes not getting distracted by, you know, all the shifts and motions they like to do to try and take your eyes away from what they want.
I see Brock 3 interceptions in the Monday night game. Do your guys' eyes get wide about what you might be able to do?
I think anytime you see a team that turns the ball over, that's what you want to do. When you go and play them and get turnovers as a defense, you know, get the offense back on the field, and that's what we're going to go out and do this weekend.
You mentioned the pre-snap motion there a little bit. Just I think they're second in the league in terms of how much they utilize that. Just how challenging is it to sort of decipher what they're trying to show you, what means what, where guys are, and sort of making sure that you understand your team?
Yeah, I think it can obviously be challenging, but I think when you go in knowing the game plan, and obviously we watch enough film to know, you know, what adjustments we're going to have for everything that they do, and as long as we're out there and we're communicating, you know, we'll be good.
How have you seen teams prepare for you differently as the season's going on?
I mean, I just go out there and play. I think, you know, there's a lot of guys on the defense they have to prepare for, especially in that front four, and so I think it's pretty hard to even focus on blocking those front four to start off.
When you play at home, just what has it been like with the crowd feeding off of you guys and vice versa, and it just seems like the defense is
Oh yeah, at home you can always feel the crowd, and it's been great. I think we've been able to make plays as a defense at home as well, and then the crowd energy is something that definitely helps and gives us momentum.
So, is the California in you embrace this Ohio weather? Are you finally there, or? Oh
yeah, I enjoy it right now. We'll see, you know, when it's here for a month and a half, but I 2 months, but I haven't really seen snow, woken up and seen snow, so I'm liking it right now. I'm kind of like a kid, you know, on Christmas, looking outside and seeing snow.
I know we've asked you about Mason, but was that as well as you've seen him play last week against Vegas?
Yeah, I think similar to all the rookies on our team, I think each week they're all getting better, and him as well. I mean, he's doing a lot of stuff, and even if it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, you can watch the film and know that he's making an impact.
Do you remember what your first Myles Garrett is not normal moment is?
You just walk by him and you think that. So.
What about on the field? Has there been anything that really stood out?
I think it's probably the same thing. The first play you see. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I definitely
team?
It's amazing. We'd love to hear it in person. I know it comes from him, but I'd like to meet him and get the opportunity to get some wisdom from the man himself. But it's a hell of an honor.
Have you ever met him before in person?
I've not.
It's my cause, my kids. You're supporting the Luke Walker Fight Fund. Can you tell me why you picked that one, why it's important to you, and what you hope to get out of having that represented on your kids?
Well, I got the chance to meet with Jason Garrett, and we took a picture and sent it to Babe, and it kind of brought that motion back of that time when we were in college and we were spending time on the field, time after school, and after practice together. Just bringing back those memories. And I always wear his wristband, reminding me of his message and the kind of person that he is. So I just wanted to bring it full circle and show how much he left an impression on all of us, including myself. And he's a hell of a person, and I'm better because I knew him.
When you saw the shoe, it has his face painted on it. What was your reaction to see how those came out?
He did a hell of a job, and I love the theme, the colors in which they work with, and I think his likeness looks very well. And I'm just proud of the work that they did, and glad that I'm able to have a piece of him with me.
Myles, what kind of guy? I'm sorry. What kind of guy was he, and what influence did he have on your life?
Just optimistic, resilient. He just always wanted to be 1% better, make the people around him a little bit better. Just for knowing him, and that wasn't his goal or mission. That's the kind of person he was, and I think we all can live like that.
I wanted to ask just about Trent. I know how much respect you have for his great tackles. You've gone against him before. What do you relish about this matchup? And he was saying, you're causing him to lose sleep and stuff like that.
I doubt it. The man's a Hall of Famer. He's seen a whole bunch of great rushers along this time. So, love the challenge. I know I haven't gotten Purdy and putting him in the graveyard. So, we've got to make that happen. And, he's an obstacle, and they're going to have, other things that they throw my way. And, hopefully the weather, holds up a little bit, so they even have to throw the ball. But he's one of the best to do it. So I look forward to the challenge and continuing on this streak that we're on.
What do you remember from the last time you faced them a couple of years ago?
What do I remember?
What can you take away from the last time you faced them? They kind of used this time around.
I would say just settle down. I remember I had 2 offsides, and that's ruining 2 opportunities to rush a passer and changing their plan. Those could have been long development plays, allowing us a little bit more leeway to rush the passer. They're already a team that likes to stay on time and stick to their rhythm. So don't give them any ways out of what we've already put them up to. So if we get them to 3rd and 9, don't allow them 3rd and 4, and give them an easier out. So. As far as him, he's still playing at a very elite level. He can still kick with the fastest of us, and he still has a good anchor. So it'll be a challenge, but got to continue to throw different looks at him and a variety of moves.
Myles, you already have your record for sacks of the season. What has made this your best year?
Really, it's all thanks to my teammates. I wouldn't be here in the position I'm in to even challenge the record without them. Those guys have helped elevate my game, and hopefully I've helped elevate them as well. The level of chemistry and synergy that we've been rolling with, especially after the Vikings, after Steelers. I think I got back healthy, and guys were feeling good, and we've really been playing up to our potential since then.
The single-season sack record is within reach. How bad do you want it?
I don't even think about it as a want. I just think about it as something I'm going to knock down. It's already been written in my mind. That's going. It's just how far I'm going to take it. So, just going to go out there and do what I do, and whatever number I end up at.
You got a number in mind?
Yeah.
And it is.
it's written on my tape. So if y'all are fortunate enough to see it, then y'all will know.
Myles, obviously the sacks stand out, and that's the Lamb stat that everybody points to. But Kevin and Jim have both highlighted that, when it comes to your game, it's not just the sacks. Like it's about how you play the run, how effective you've been in that regard. How important is it to you, and how much pride do you take? And when you try to consider yourself or think about yourself as the best at that position,
you have to be well-rounded.
How important is also doing it in the run game to you?
Yeah, I want to be remembered as one of the very best at the position, and that includes being well-rounded in the run and pass. And I know the record for TFLs is 39, and I feel like I can go and challenge that. And that's not out of reach either. So you got to continue this level of play and elevate and pick it up as much as I can. So as much as people want to see me break the sack record, I think there are other things out there which I want to achieve, and I think will help the team win.
When you mentioned you couldn't do it without your teammates, does that include the fact that you're getting some because the quarterback has to run backward to the interior and getting pressure, or the guy has to hold the ball? It feels like some of the sacks recently have been on second effort from you, and other guys might help you to have that extra time to get to sack.
Absolutely. I mean, with the kind of blocking schemes we're throwing at myself and us, there's going to be some second efforts, and not only is it us up front, but the guys on the back end, taking away that first read, making them hitch, that helps tremendously as well. So those guys making them step back or even unable to step up, that makes my job a lot easier.
I think Brock only has 3 sacks so far this season. He's only played 4 games, but their offensive line in general seems to be playing really well. What kind of a challenge does it present for you to get to this week?
I mean, it's a challenge every week. There's going to be a variety of different looks, variety of different schemes, whether it's slides or chips or turn YB, all kinds of things. So I do think they're playing at a high level all across the board. But we got to do what we do. We can't worry too much about them or any numbers. We just have to make the plays that we can make, and if he gets the ball out quick, then we have to knock it down and if we can keep points up off the board and take an early lead, then we can kind of pin our ears back like we did last week.
What makes McCaffrey so good, and how tough is it when he's going to get the ball a million times a game?
Because he's one of the best with the ball in his hands just in general, whether it's receiving or rushing. So he's a dual threat when it comes to that, and they give it to him as much as possible. So he can out wide, he can see receive a screen, he can get a toss, he can hand it off to him. Like, however they can get the ball to him, they will. So he can hurt you in a variety of ways.
Myles, saw the clip yesterday of Micah talking about you texted him earlier yesterday, said go be great, and just between that level of pass rusher, just is there a sort of a certain pay it forward type of mentality, like the previous generation paid it forward to you, and then you trying to guys like you trying to help the next generation? Is there sort of a kind of a lineage or something like that between that level of guy at that position?
I mean, I just see someone, who's doing, what I do, at least my craft, and just want to be able to support them. And someone who is asked for, advice, guidance in a way, and being able to share the room with them, helps a lot. Getting to know the person, see how much drive, how much he wants to be great. That makes me want to help him even more. But it's not just him. There's Will, there's Aiden, those guys, and more even like Max. I'm so enthused and excited to watch them play and dominate at a high level. I just like watching those guys do what they do best at the best of their ability. So if I can be beneficial in that, then I'll be glad to, because those guys are, I feel like good football players, good men, and we need more of them.
Good.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
I wanted to keep him on that, but he was on a pretty good roll on that.
No questions for you today.
So what do you think about the game this weekend?
Well, just another big game for those guys. It always comes down to the last game in November, so rooting for my guys, and I know who I'm with.
Did you any bet with Denzel on this one?
Nah, no bets.
Mason, was that as good a game as you played since you were at the Browns last week?
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of up there. I feel like especially these past few weeks, I've started just come more alive and get back there more and make more plays. So just a week-to-week thing.
What do you think's led to that? Playing better last week?
I don't think anything in specific. Just doing me, trusting the guys around me. But trusting the guys around me, and just I feel like this defense is really coming together and getting better and better every week.
Do you feel like you're getting? I mean, kind of going off that, just getting more comfortable. We had talked a lot during the off season and everything about adjusting to a different, different scheme, different system. Do you feel like you're fully comfortable now compared to maybe even 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I feel like I'm fully comfortable. I just feel like it comes with time, and especially playing with the guys in our room, and then just along the defense. So I feel like in general, I feel like we're all starting to come together even more, and just individually and as a group, we're trying to get better.
What did you learn from a veteran defensive tackle like Malik Collins?
I learned a lot. He's been on a few teams now, kind of seen it all. Plays a lot of snaps, played a lot of football, so I rely on that guy a lot. Also Shelby too. So I have 2 older vets that I rely on. So it always helps just picking their brain and just kind of working with them on their styles.
What are you seeing from Brock Purdy on film, and what do you guys think you can kind of do to him?
Yeah, I feel, he's just getting back healthy again. He's been a good player. That's why they paid him all that money. So they pay him for a reason. He's going to make plays. He has a lot of talented guys around him. I feel like they work well together. So good challenge.
Myles has acknowledged how much impact you and other guys in the line have had in him getting some sacks this year. How much would you like to see him break that single-season sack record?
Yeah, I always joke about it because I don't have a full sack yet. So I'm like, as long as it's going to a good cause. So as long as he gets that, then I'm all cool with it.
How much do you guys, as a group, though, take pride in that? Like, if Myles gets there, feeling like you guys all kind of contributed to that to a degree and kind of helping him be able to get to that level.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like last week, everyone had a sack but me, I think. So I feel like we're all getting back there. It's kind of just, a race to quarterback at this point. So, I feel like we're starting to, when I talk about coming together as a group, I feel like we're starting to rush off each other, feel, what we're feeling, and then kind of just work with each other.
Did you think you maybe should have had a sack? It looked like watching the game, one maybe got taken away from you.
Doesn't matter. Not worried about it.
So give us a prediction for Sunday.
What's
your prediction for that game?
27-21 Michigan.
How would you describe that edge you play with? I'm thinking about that hit on Genty. It's a pretty big hit. Obviously, you play with an edge. How would you describe it?
I'd just say I've always played like that. I feel like it's a disrespect to the game to not, play with, the respect for the game. Run into the ball. Doing all the things right that you can control. So running to the ball, I was kind of loafing that play. I started slowing down, and I saw him still up, and I gave him a hit because he was still running. So, maybe if I ran a little harder, it would have been a better hit. So.
No shot at 27.